Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel, episode 205. I'm gonna be honest, this episode is a little dry. Nothing really exciting happened, but with the three movies I'm talking about today, they all have a common theme. They all want to get away from Taylor Swift. It's kind of comical. So, as you know, the Taylor Swift Eras Tour concert movie that's coming out next month, and that thing is looking like a monster financially. I mean, it's already made like 37 million in pre-sales after one day. That's just one day. Like, that's crazy. Like, the only movies that would even make that type of money are like the biggest superhero movies, like say an Endgame or a No Way Home or something like that. You wouldn't expect that for a Taylor Swift concert movie, but yeah, like that thing is may just save the end of 2023. Like it may legitimately save it. But obviously no movie wants to go near that thing and get crushed and get steamrolled. So as a result, there's been a bit of a domino effect, if you will. We've already saw that last episode where Exorcist Believer was supposed to come out the 13th, but then Taylor Swift got that date, and so Exorcist decided to move a week earlier. Well, some more stuff has happened regarding that. Two of the things happened last week, but I decided to wait until more interesting stuff happened. So that's why I didn't talk about them immediately. But let's talk about these two things. Well, there's the pre-sales, 37 million, bigger than Force Awakens, a movie that opened to almost 250 million opening weekend. I'm not saying the Taylor Swift movie can do that, but still, these numbers are crazy. All right, so first thing, Ordinary Angels, this little thing. Supposed to come out October 13th. That's not happening anymore. Nope. It is TBD, TBA. It is in the ether now. It's vanished. I guess because they just did not want to deal. Well, partially they did not want to deal with Taylor Swift, but also, I guess, it says like furthermore, we understand that Hillary Swank, wants to promote the movie, so potentially waiting out the SAG-AFTRA strike is prudent for smaller features such as this. So obviously, this being a studio movie, actors can't promote movies properly because of the strike. So that's a problem. Especially for like a smaller movie. Like if your movie is based off a well-known IP, it'll be easy to sell it because most people will watch it because of the IP, not really because of who's in it. But for a smaller movie that doesn't have that cushion, that IP cushion, it's a lot more difficult. So I understand why they would want to, not release it immediately. But yeah, so for any of you, all two of you out there who are interested in this, sorry, it's gone for the foreseeable future. So yeah, so that happened last Friday. Another thing that happened last Friday was this movie that I didn't know anything about at all until like I saw like a poster pop up and I was like, okay, whatever. So the movie calls What Happens Later. It was supposed to come out October 13th. Wow. The same day as Ordinary Angels, but Taylor Swift swooped in to claim that spot. And then this movie was like, again, it was like, nope, not dealing with that. Not dealing with all those Swifties. Not dealing with all those Taylor Swift fans, stans. No, none of that. So instead, it's going to come out November 3rd, which was the original date for Dune Part 2. I don't think this is a suitable replacement for Dune Part 2. Just saying. But, you know, I still feel like November 3rd, like some big-ish movie can come out and take that spot. It doesn't have to be What Happens Later. No one cares about that. Meg Ryan, she hasn't been relevant in like well over 20 years. Like, Like some other movie could take that spot. Don't leave it empty, because if you do that, you risk losing out on money. You basically just waste a weekend. And that was a big problem last year. There was a lot of weekends where you could have put something substantial, but you didn't. And as a result, the box office remained weak. So, yeah, and now it seems like because of these strikes, the same thing is happening again. So, yeah, that's a little frustrating. But yeah, this movie, I don't care about it, not one bit. I mean, like, it's Meg Ryan, who cares, whatever. Like, she was relevant before I was even born, so I literally have, like, no connection to her at all. So, yeah, but yeah, yeah. If any of you out there want to watch it, well, you gotta wait till November, I guess. And well, that's not actually. There's like three, four. There's just four movies to talk about. I remember this was one of them. I forgot about it. It's a movie called Cabrini. I think it's Cabrini. It's made by this guy Alejandro Monteverde. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. I know his first name. Not how to say that. That's mainly because of Total Drama. But um this is important because this is the guy who made Sound of Freedom, which, as you know, it was the little movie that blew up this past summer. It came out of thin air, literally. I had no idea it existed until I heard pre-sale numbers popping up. And a movie that I didn't make a prediction video on, which in hindsight may have been a bad decision, but I had no information, so I just decided not to take that chance. Um, but yeah, so this is coming out March 8th, which is yeah, I think that's going up against Kung Fu Panda 4. March is pretty competitive, surprisingly competitive. Lots of movies are coming out in March. And I guess this wants to join the pack. Although that pack could change at any moment because of these strikes. Okay? Things could go wrong real quick. So, yeah, fingers crossed March doesn't completely fall apart. But, I guess, I don't really have any feelings about this movie, like, at all. I mean, it's there. If you're interested in it, go ahead. But for me, I don't care. But yeah, so this happened what, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. So I want to just talk about it. Now for the last thing, the thing that actually happened today. Dumb Money. Yes, I'm talking about this again. And I'm kind of surprised because I'm like, I thought that there was a set plan. Yeah, I thought the plan was set. Like, why change it? The plan seemed pretty straightforward. So, okay, so this whole movie, all right. All right, so this is supposed to come out September. It was the 22nd. Then it got moved to October 6th. And like the grand plan was, all right, it's going to have a limited launch the 15th, and then expand a little bit the 22nd, then expand more 29th, and then go wide on the 6th. That has changed now. No more 6th. The October 6th, no. Instead, it's going to be the 29th. It's going to have its wide release then. So it got pushed up a whole week, which I feel may negatively affect its box office because I'm like, this is way too last minute. You should have done this like several months back, not a few weeks before it comes out. I feel like that's a really bad choice. And not to mention, that weekend is hella crowded too. You got 3 movies there already. You got The Creator, you got Saw X, you got Paw Patrol, the Mighty Movie. Like that's a lot of movies. Granted, like, all 4 of those movies, they're all different genres, so they're not exactly gonna eat into each other's box office a lot. But still, that's a lot of movies. That's a little too many. Although in the past you can have a bunch of movies open and they all survive. I think trying to remember the last time that really happened. I know it's happened in the past, but struggling to remember last substantial time it happened. I think one of the times was shoot. I think it was like Christmas '08. You had like Marley and Me, Benjamin Button, Bedtime Stories, and Valkyrie all come out at the same time, all opening with 20 million. Basically saving that month from absolute catastrophe. Um, so I mean, it's possible for all these movies to survive, but I don't think it's smart to have them all come out at the same time. But but I guess the positives, it doesn't have to deal with Taylor Swift. You know, at least that's 2 weeks before Taylor Swift, shows up, and it also doesn't have to deal with Exorcist Believer either until like a week. And I mean, I guess there's that. But you know what? I am interested in watching this because I know about like the true story behind the movie, and I'm interested to see like how it is. Hoping it's good. But yeah, this is a very unexpected announcement that I didn't expect to happen today, like at all, but it happened. So yeah. And that's really it. So now it's time to ask that question. What will happen now? That's a fantastic question. September should really be safe. There's no reason for it not to be safe at this point. A Camp Hideout. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's there. I guess it lives inside. I think I've seen posters of that movie, so at least I kind of know about that. And then you got the 29th. 4 movies. Oof. That's going to be a rough weekend for me. I'm only going to be watching 2 of these. Maybe 3. The Creator, I don't know about that. I haven't seen like any trailers for it, so I can't really judge it. Maybe if it's good, I'll give it a chance, but I don't know. So that's like September. October, you got Exorcist Believer, you got the Taylor Swift Eras Tour, a movie that's scaring all the other movies away. Killers of the Flower Moon, Five Nights at Freddy's, bunch of these movies. Uh, yeah, what happens? Oh, there, that's a limited release. No, wait. No, it's supposed to be here, the 3rd. I don't know why it's not there. Oh, well. Then you got November. I don't know about these movies. I don't know if they're gonna stick the landing. Some might. Some I don't. I don't have like I don't have the highest hopes of sticking the landing, but who knows? We'll see. Thanksgiving doesn't even have like a trailer yet. Maybe they'll just save that trailer for like, I don't know. What could they save that trailer for? Nun 2, Saw X, Exorcist Believer, I guess. I don't know. Then you got December, all these movies. Aquaman 2 has yet to have a trailer at all. I guess unless you count the little bit of footage we got, it was like that, The Flash, Black Adam, and the Batman. It was part of like a promotion. Like, you get 4 DC movies in 2022. Boy, that aged horribly. um, at this point with Aquaman 2, you might as well just release it, get it over with, and never think about it ever again. That's what I would do if I were Warner Brothers. Because the DCU is dead. It's dead. This is it. This is the last, like, this is it for the DCU. Like, this is the last movie. So just release it and just get over with. Just do it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You have another bomb. You have 3. What's a 4th one gonna do to you? Besides maybe tank your entire studio. But like, just release it. Okay? So we can all move on. So yeah. And Whitebird, no one cares about that. And then you got January, they got next year. We got January, you got February, you got March. There's Cabrini going up against Kung Fu Panda 4 and A Quiet Place Day 1. That's really ambitious. um, so that's next March. And then you got April, and then May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, nothing really to note here. And then you got all these movies that are in the ether, some of which will probably come out like in a year or so. Some may come out in a few years. Beyond the Spider-Verse. Some of these movies will never come out at all. Like, it's just, they're all in the ether. And then you got 2025. All these movies. Obviously, the schedule is very empty, but it's gonna fill up in like a year or so. But yeah, that's what the next few years look like. So I can't really make predictions on anything anymore because I'm not sure what movies like this do. It's like, okay, we can release this, but we can't release that. I don't know what movies are gonna like decide, use that logic on. Like, I don't know. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, anywho, yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. We'll check out more videos like this. Got playlists on the homepage, all previous prediction videos, not prediction, cancel episodes I made on the channel. There's now 205 episodes. So if you want to watch any of them from beginning to now, want to binge them all from beginning to now, I highly encourage you to do that, so go do it. There's also box office predictions where I predict box office for movies. This weekend, it's the battle of the unnecessary sequels. We got Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 and Nun 2. How exciting. Yeah, I'm going to be doing those on Friday or Saturday. Like very, very, very early Saturday. I don't know. They'll be done over the weekend, but it'll probably be like late Friday. So stay tuned for those videos. But if you want to watch any of the past prediction videos I made this year or the past few years, you can go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. My August recap, I'm planning on doing that tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. I can't tell you what time because I'm not sure what time it will happen, but it will be tomorrow. Okay. I don't know how long it will be because some of these movies I don't have much to say about them, but some I do. Like Blue Beetle, I have a lot to say about Blue Beetle, because of how much of a disaster it was, box office wise. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't comment on it quality wise, but box office, oof, that's when we mostly talking about that. So stay tuned for that video tomorrow. And my 3-part summer recap, that should be late September. That's going to be a difficult video to make because some of these movies are pretty much, I don't know what to categorize them as. Some movies are like, okay, they're a flop in this category, but they're a success in this category. So it's a little confusing. So I'll figure it out by then. But if you want, yeah, so if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.